Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Words to my brethren all around the world watching this video. Hope you're having a great day today, wherever you're tuning in from. Do yourself a damn favor, hit the subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. Now, let's talk about the fight that happened last night. Didn't have a chance to watch it live because I was at work last night, but Jesse Hart, Gilberto Ramirez 2, the rematch, took place in Corpus Christi, Texas. First, let me say, man, a very sparse crowd there. You know, it may have been a world title fight, but it didn't quite feel like a world title fight, you know, in terms of the atmosphere. But that's besides the point. The fight itself was it had a lot of very good action. You know, you have Gilberto Ramirez. We know him. We know what we're getting when we talk about Gilberto Ramirez, a guy that comes forward with a very, very defined and aggressive pressure style. You know, comes in straight lines, puts, you know, intelligent pressure on fighters. You know, can change angles, has above average footwork. So that's what he's bringing to the table. You know, Jesse Hart, obviously very athletic, 6'3", long, rangy. Can fight a little bit from the outside, but ironically enough, fights better from the inside. But we'll get into that later in this video. I didn't score the fight. I just watched to see what happened. You know, the action. I watched what both fighters were doing. I didn't score the fight. But based on what I was thinking watching the fight, I think Gilberto Ramirez just edged the fight. I think he had the more consistent work. He was not just the more consistent work, but he also landed the cleaner punches. And as you know in boxing, you know, sometimes we watch fights and there might be a guy who lands more effective punches, but he doesn't have the more consistent work. And then the guy who has the more consistent work doesn't always land the more effective punches. But I think Gilberto, in this case, this is one of the rare fights in boxing, those close fights in boxing where he did both. He did both. You know, Jesse Hart, early on in the fight was using a lot more lateral movement, trying to box, but was missing and overextending with a lot of shots. In the first, I believe it was the first round, he overextended with a jab. Gilberto pulled back and hit him with a pull left hand counter. So those are ways he was making Jesse miss and pay early. Also, Jesse would a lot of times he squares up like this, either going backwards or forwards, and Gilberto would just shoot body shots down the center of the pipe. So Gilberto did his thing, man. Gilberto did his thing. And you know, it's funny with Jesse because, you know, you would think a guy that's 6'3", as athletic as he is, come from a boxing family like he is, you think like a guy like that fighting the super middleweight division will be better suited to box from the outside. And truthfully speaking, and this is I'm just a boxing fan with an opinion, but he seems to fight better, or at least against Zurdo, he fought better. The more he cut the distance, the more he smothered him, the more he took those shots away from him. And you saw him landing these vicious hooks, and you know, he doesn't go to the body as much as he should. Jesse wasn't going to the, like, in both fights with Gilberto, not just this fight, but both fights with Gilberto, he didn't go to the body as much as he should have. Got outworked the body in both fights, but when he does go to the body, he opens up a whole new world for himself because like for example, I think it was the 9th or the 10th round, Jesse's digging into the body. Jesse's, you know, doing a really good job going to the body, and he's landing, and he's got good quickness and good reflexes. So he's tripling up on hooks, and you know, he's punching around the guard of Gilberto. And you know, when I see these rounds from Jesse, it frustrates me because I think, you know, years ago, I've been following Jesse for a couple of years now. Years ago, and you guys can go back and watch the video. You know, I made a video. And I probably might have been one of the only people on YouTube who made a reaction video to this fight because you had to actually go pay for this fight, and it wasn't no big fight. But Jesse fought Deshaun Johnson on a card in Philadelphia, Deshaun Johnson, tough journeyman. And when he fought Deshaun Johnson, like, he got knocked down in that fight, had to hold on for dear life in the 12th round, and it was what it was there. Since that fight, man, you know, I've always wanted to see Jesse Hart succeed, you know. But honestly, you know, he has heart. Jesse has heart. We're not going to take that away from him. He has athleticism. We're not going to take that away from him. And he does have some skills, but I don't think those skills being applied the right way. You see what I'm saying? So what's happening is you got Jesse Hart, who, in my opinion, as far as the way he talks and conveys his thoughts, he's a special talker. He's an average fighter right now with above average talent that's not being applied correctly. That's my take on Jesse Hart. But he showed really good heart in the latter rounds. You know, Gilberto Ramirez hurt his left arm, I think, in the 9th round. in the 9th round, and he was able to hurt Jesse Hart in the 12th round with one arm. And Jesse weathered the storm. Jesse came back, and Jesse, did some good work of his own. So it was a really good fight. Lots of good back and forth action. And it's funny, man. Jesse's a weird fighter to me, man. Jesse's a weird fighter because he has talent. He is athletic. He is smart, but I don't think he applies his skills the right way. I think he's better fighting mid-range, close range, and the mid-range, close range actually sets up the long-range fighting. But they're trying to do it backwards for him. Like Fred Jenkins, I think Fred Jenkins has been in Philly forever. Good boxing mind, a lot of fighters respect him over there. But like for Jesse, I'm saying you got to fight the fight that works for you, right? And from the fights that I've seen of Jesse's, especially the Zerto fights, it's almost like he doesn't fully get involved and nothing really quite happens for him on the outside until he's established what he wants to do on the inside. That's what I'm seeing from the outside. That's just me. So that's two losses to Jesse against Gilberto Ramirez. Two relatively close fights against Gilberto Ramirez. We got to ask ourselves the question now, like, where does Jesse Hart go from here? Is he going to stay at 168? I don't know. He's 6'3". Does he want to go to 175 in that stacked division? Does he think he can go up there and beat Alvarez or a Bivol or a Vazdik or one of those kind of guys? Does he? I don't know. 168's not again a lot better too. 168 this ain't the 168 the same 168 it was 3 years ago. It's a lot more competitive a division. You got Benavidez still lurking around. You got Caleb Plant. You got Jose Uzcategui. You got there's a lot of some really good names in the 168-pound division. And truthfully speaking, a lot of people may have viewed Gilberto Ramirez as the weakest champion in the division, and Jesse Hart couldn't beat him twice. So people are going to say, well, if you couldn't beat him twice, then what makes you beat one of the other guys twice? Beat one of the other guys for a title. So I don't know, man. Jesse's in a point in his career, in my opinion, where I think he needs to make some real tough decisions as far as what direction he wants to go, as far as what kind of style he's in the ring. Because when I watch Jesse fight, I don't really think Jesse knows who he is in that ring. I think he has an idea of who he thinks he should be, but I don't think he really, really knows who he is in the ring and how he should be fighting and the style he wants to be fighting. Because if he did, he would have had a lot more success with Gilberto. Because Gilberto was definitely taking. Gilberto was definitely a vulnerable fighter that Jesse could beat. But I think what cost Jesse in this fight were just his defensive lapses, obviously, but more so him not having a pronounced style. Okay, that's my opinion. Now, as for Gilberto, he's beaten Jesse Hart. He had to show a lot of toughness and poise to do it in this time around. But I thought he fought a good fight. I thought he fought the fight that worked for him, putting pressure on Jesse, giving Jesse something to think about the whole fight, whether it be with the body work, because he outworked Jesse there. So he showed good discipline throughout the course of the fight to work the body, and just overall showed that he was just that much better than Jesse on the night. And really in boxing, you don't got to be here every night. You just got to be that much better than your opponent. And if you can do that every fight, then you're gonna have a remarkable career. So he's defended his WBO belt once again. He's talking about moving to 175 to go fight Alexander Vazdik. Now that'd be a good fight. Gilberto is a young, prime pressure fighter. He does know how to change angles on the inside. A very crafty fighter on the inside. So I think a fight with Vazdik would be interesting. I would still favor Vazdik to win that fight. 175, you would think he'd be a little more stronger going into that division. So I like to see him in there with the top guys. I want to see him match a little more tough because I think at 168 he wasn't really matched that tough. He fought, the best two fighters he fought were Arthur Abraham and Jesse Hart. So I really want to see him step it up if he goes to 175. But that's just what it is there. So great fight. Really, really good fight to watch. Good action from both fighters. Both guys bringing out the best in each other, and I look forward to seeing what happens with both these guys in their careers. If Gilberto wants to go fight those top guys at 175, then go for the gusto. I want to see him fight the Vazdiks, the Beterbieves, the Bivols, and those guys, Alvarez, those guys. Go fight those guys. Or even Kovalev, go fight him. Barrera's in the division. Joe Smith Jr. Get the good names there at 175. And for Jesse Hart, I just think it's that time in your career, my friend, where you got to think about, how can I become the best fighter possible? My best version of myself. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't think, and this is my opinion, I don't think Jesse Hart is applying the skills he's been given, that God has given him properly. I think he may be built like a guy who should box on the outside, but up here and here, he's not an outside fighter. He's not a guy who boxes on the outside, out in here and in here. He needs to, I think Jesse should be with a guy, he should hook up with a trainer like a Derek James, because Derek James fighters are usually always, they're very well schooled, and most of his fighters, whether it be Charlo or Spence, guys like that, they apply intelligent pressure. And I think that's the kind of style Jesse needs to refine himself to become if he wants to be the best version of himself. But I'm just a boxing fan with an opinion. You can get mad at me if you want to. It happens in every video, whether I say something positive about a fighter or negative about a fighter. But if you don't get anything else from this video, let me just say this was a really good fight from two guys that brought the best out of each other. And I hope Gilberto has a good run at 175, better than he did at 168, and I hope Jesse Hart can make the necessary changes he needs to make to become the better fighter moving on. Because, right now Gilberto's 27. I think Jesse Hart's pushing about 27 himself. You got to be 27, 28. Jesse's 29, so you better get moving, Jesse. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I thought Gilberto won the fight. Thought Jesse came on a little too late, and he didn't he didn't do what worked for him early enough in the fight. So good fight. Looking forward to seeing what happens to both these guys in the future. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just kidding. Dang it. So until next time, take care, guys.